Frank Skinner. Absolute Radio.
You still need the mic just a tiny bit closer to you, Alan.
Do I?
Yeah, that's good.
There. Or I could just speak up, yeah.
What about me?
Don't forget the adrenaline will start coursing once the record button's been pressed. I always go up a few decibels with adrenaline.
Yeah. I tend to go up a few Jezebels. Oh, sorry, I thought we were still talking about holidays. Oh, hold on, we're on air. Oh, hello. This is Frank Skinner, and I'm with Alan Cochrane.
Oh, it's nice to be
and
back.
Laura Solon. It's not quite what I had in mind, I'll be straight with you.
That's quite sinister.
Yes.
And long.
It also lasts about 3.5 minutes, so I think we probably better fade this.
Associate me with 3.5 minutes of sinister.
We don't have a jingle for you, I'll be honest.
Was that Gregorian chant?
That was a theme from the BBC's 1980s version of Day of the Triffids.
Was it?
Yeah. It's only because I think of Laura as someone who's become organically part of the show.
Ah, right.
Do you see?
As opposed to a triffid.
Just as a massive triffid.
I think she's absolutely triffid.
Nice.
She's a bit like Perfect
Oh, yeah.
in Darling Buds of May. Darling Buds of May reference there for the
Catherine
David
Zeta-Jones
Jason fans.
Yeah.
And Catherine Zeta-Jones, yeah.
Yeah.
So, this is our first Not the Weekend podcast of 2012. Always an exciting moment, I think, the first podcast of 2012. I say always. It only happens once, of course.
Yeah.
But I like any year that begins and ends with the same number. I feel more relaxed. It's like I've been bookended.
Mm-hmm.
I can lean rather than have to stand upright on my spine.
How was 1981 for you? Good.
It was great.
Well, good.
Well, it was one of the best. Of course, I was still drinking then, so I needed all the support I could get. They weren't so much bookends as they were those crutches with the forearm grips.
Oh, yeah.
So loved by the benefit cheats. Anyway, I speaking of doing things for the benefit, I went to a health farm for some of the New Year Christmas break.
Oh, nice.
People don't seem to go to health farms anymore.
They're not called health farms.
I believe people have started calling them spas, but
Oh,
I don't
spa
like.
break.
I wasn't risking that kind of confusion. I didn't want to have
You're
4
old
nights
school,
in
aren't
a
you?
supermarket.
Old school. It's a linesman. It's
Health farm seems better for
health
me.
farm. I totally understand.
Especially this place, because it's not just about... it's called Champneys, right? You may have
Right.
heard of it. It's been around for a long time. It was
I'm
certainly...
on their email list somehow.
You're on their email
I
list?
might be somehow. Yeah, maybe I've thought. Maybe I've browsed for health farms in the past, and they've got my details.
4 days, I was barely out of a robe. Pontius Pilate. 1 BC. And...
He liked that year, didn't he?
He did, that was it. He likes it with a number at one end and a letter at the other. That's his favourite. I suppose they all are, 'cause I suppose they all end AD now, don't they?
Yeah.
But I haven't seen anyone talking about the 2012 AD Olympics.
I think everyone's just accepted now
But he's dead.
that it's dead.
It's like WWW. We don't bother articulating it anymore. AD goes without saying.
No, I think you're right. So I went there for I think it was 3-4 nights. I took my girlfriend's sister.
What treatment?
One boy, 2 little girls.
And I took their mother. Have I ever mentioned the antlers?
No.
No, I don't. It might just be a hair. I've never asked. I think it's probably skin tags got out of control. Anyway, so it was lovely actually, because it's a sort of place. It's complete. It's not just fitness. For example, you can do classes, you know, you can do that. You can do classes, you can go and do like Tai Chi. You can go and do Tai Chi, you can do. Guai Lao, you can do.
Who?
What?
No, actually, that's what the Chinese call white people. I think it means white demons, doesn't it? You can't do that.
Why Lao?
Guai Lao. Someone told me who spoke, I think it's Cantonese, it's what white demons. I suppose it's racism, but it's all right 'cause it's awesome. We can take it. And then I was in a supermarket, not a supermarket, a restaurant, Chinese restaurant. It's a very fine line. And I was talking about, and I heard one of them say, "Why lol?" And I thought, well, I know you're abusing me now, and I wish I had a comeback. But I just smiled quietly to myself. Oh, I can be inscrutable. Don't worry about that. So there was that. I did, par example, I did drum ball.
What's drum ball?
Drum ball is, you know those exercise balls, those big plastic...
Swiss balls.
No, I always sit like this. You know, the big plastic...
They're called
Swiss balls.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Maybe I just made that up.
Because they've derived from Switzerland.
They're neutral and good at keeping time.
That makes absolute sense. And one rolls on them, of course.
Yeah.
So what you do is you get... You lay out these blocks, which are like little stands, and then you put about 10 of these balls in various places around the room, so they're fixed. So you're standing amidst 10 large plastic fixed balls, and then you get drumsticks, and they play music, and you have to play the drums in a synchronised fashion. Really? So, for example, you might hit one 4 times, and then you do 3 box steps to the one on your left, and maybe hit that 3 times, and then back. Like
This is an exercise for core strength and stability, or is it a music therapy for peace of mind and happiness?
I think it combines both of those things, and it's synchronised. Anything synchronised, I love.
Yeah.
I just, as soon as 4 or 5 people start making the same moves at the same time,
you like that?
It's got a feeling of opening ceremony about it.
If you're on the tube in the rush hour and everyone's walking together, do you get that?
Yeah, but they don't synchronise, do they? Do you know what I mean? Line dancing I like, because it reminds you that we're all brothers under the skin. You know what I mean? We're all the pain. We all have the same little flame burning inside us.
Is that what happens when you see line dancing? Because I look at that and think, what a load of losers.
Yeah, but you're looking at it from the outside. I'm on about when you're mid-line.
When you're part of the team.
Yeah, I used to go to Brent Town Hall. There used to be a woman. I went there. A woman was standing talking to a janitor type character, and she looked nondescript. As soon as she had that Stetson on, she was in complete control of the room.
So you just like being part of a uniform. Would you like to live in North Korea?
Who wouldn't?
Part of
That's
the
this
masses.
week's texting.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't like to live? Well, do you know what I mean? I think sometimes individuality can be a burden. And also, we should all remember that we're all part of the same. We're all the same species.
I really like synchronised swimming. Not participating, but watching it.
Yeah, there you go. And if you watch one woman doing it on their own, the men do it, by the way.
I don't
Secretly, I think they must do. But then do men
secretly, you think there's sneak 1 or 2 in there in waterproof makeup?
Do men do the gymnastics with the ribbons and the balls? That's just the girls' thing.
I don't think they do, actually. What's that called?
Surely they're dressage.
No,
That's
horses do that. Male and female horses do that.
Oh, do they? They're not.
Yeah,
so
obviously the male horses have to jump that little bit higher. Yes. And they're no good at the kneeling bit, otherwise, it's tantamount to ploughing.
Indeed.
Of course, they're no strangers to ploughing in the orthodox sense. I think we all know that about horses. But, so I do like that. I like the idea of feeling... I like any sort of synchronised dancing. My favourite bit in Saturday Night Fever isn't white suit pointing. It's when they all do that dance together. Remember that bit? So I've always liked those. I like the YMCA. I like...
the Macarena.
Yeah, is that really a group dance?
Wigfield Saturday night.
Yeah.
Hey, well, the Macarena, I may have mentioned on here before, but who cares? Someone said to me, your Macarena's a bit ragged. And I think it was a surgeon, actually, looking back. I was supposed to be unconscious. No, he said, she said, your Macarena, the way to dance a Macarena is to imagine you have a pencil in your, how can I put it, in your behind.
Oh, right.
In your behind, not on it, in it. Point out, and imagine you're drawing a figure 8 on a wall with that pencil.
That's a lot of imagination leaps, I find.
Well, I think that's all right.
Yeah.
Pencil sticking out, and you're writing a figure 8 on a wall, and you feel your hips start to go as soon as you think, oh, but you're doing it now in your seats, am I right?
I'm clenching.
Yeah,
Oh, you're clenching.
I'm worried I'm going to drop the pencil.
You don't have to clench. Go for depth.
Oh, okay.
I'm wondering, am I going to explain why the pencil's there? One of those
no,
A&E
it's on-
stories.
it's on-
One of those A&E stories. What's that doing that, though? Well, I was trying to practice my Macarena.
another Macarena story, Dave. Oh, really?
I'm worried about my little boy taking the pencil to school. That's my trouble.
Yes, especially if he's one of those boys who chews the pencil.
The producer was just nearly sick.
Yes. I've got used. I actually do autographs like it now. Just hold the book a little higher. Just a little higher. There you go. And relax. Yeah, so I enjoyed Drumble, and I did what I always do when I've been to this place before, and I love the hula hoop classes.
Oh.
Oh, God, I love the hula hoop.
Is that the fitness classes or learning how to do it?
Well, you don't, it doesn't take long. It's not complicated. And then you do
Spin it
tricks.
round.
It's like a yo-yo, you know. Once you've got it going up and down, then, of course, you want to walk the dog and, do
Round the world.
the swing and go around the world, etc., etc. And the Ruth Ellis.
What tricks can you do with a hula hoop?
Well, you can go walking with the hula hoop.
With it spinning round you.
Still spinning.
Right.
And that's what I'm working on at the moment, because I'm hoping to just do it all the time whenever I'm out.
Yeah.
Are you
Just
a uni
gives you
hula
that
hoop?
bit of extra space on the street,
Yeah.
Yeah.
especially if it's on fire.
I've got nails in it. Uni hula hoop or multiple hula hoop? Can't you do more than one?
I've never tried more than one, I must admit. And the fiery hoop, can I say to people at home, is obviously quite dangerous. Don't do fiery hula hooping. I find that police dogs start jumping through it, and if they don't have sufficient room, they land on your shoulder.
Yeah.
And they're tentatively placed. They become insecure and snappy. So I'm against that. But I love hula hooping. It's very underestimated. It warms you up. Half an hour of hula hooping, you've got a sweat on.
It's vigorous, isn't it? It's definitely vigorous.
And then you bend over hula hooping, so you get it going around your waist, and you bend over so that instead of going sort of round and round on parallel with the ground, you get it at like a 90-degree angle to the ground.
And presumably you're bending over quite a bit when it stops and it drops to the floor, so that would be a slight workout.
But I tell you, one of the
as well.
great motivational aspects of hula hooping is when it hits the ground in a gymnasium, it's a terrible clatter.
Yeah.
And that keeps your eyes on the prize, because you don't want that to happen.
Like, dropping a book in a library.
Yeah.
You don't want to be that
Do
guy.
people hush you and look at you?
Well, no, because they're in the zone. They're in the hula hoop zone.
Mm-hmm.
But I would very much recommend it. But it wasn't all about the physicals. This is what I mean about it being a health farm. We went to...
The physical sounds like a euphemism.
yeah, no, it certainly wasn't. There was none of that. Although it wouldn't have taken a minute with everyone in robes. It'd be like undoing a Christmas present.
Wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah. I had some of those treatments as well. I went into a room, she said, choose... lie on the table on your stomach, she said, but before you do that, choose a candle. And I thought, am I in the wrong room? And she said, there's 2 candles, have a smell of them and see which one you like best. There's exotic and oriental. Those are the 2 types. Well, to me, they're much of a muchness.
Yeah.
But I said, well, I like the oriental smells nicer. And what they do is you lie on your back, you get a bit of massage, and then they when the candles melted a bit, they pour the hot wax onto your back. Well, onto all over you, really, eventually.
No.
And then they rub that in. They rub the...
Like a seal.
like a seal. Exactly.
And you could be carried on horseback and convey a title to someone.
I could, I said, I think it's extra.
Yeah.
You had stuff to do.
I think medieval messenger.
Yeah.
Extra £10 is what it says.
They pour hot wax
Is
onto
that painful?
Yes.
you. Does it hurt? Yeah. Is it fine?
It's hot, but not
Yeah.
for long.
Well, it goes cold quite quickly
Yeah.
on your skin.
Yeah, but it's rubbed in. I mean, if they really worked at it, they could make a fabulous mould of you.
Are you then covered in a waxy layer like a sort of Edam cheese when you
yeah.
finish it?
You
like a
are.
baby bell.
Like a baby bell.
No. No, I wouldn't like that. That's almost leathery, isn't it? I'd like that, though. I'd have the Edam massage, but can you just leave the eye holes, please? Because I'm going for it. Hula hooping after.
If you had that baby bell thin bit around the middle, you could just pull it all off. They leave
Oh,
a
I've got
toe.
a baby bell thin bit.
I worry
But that's
about
my business.
when I've had a massage once, an adjacent bench to my wife.
That's
we were in
nice, then.
Thailand. Yeah, it was nice, but she got distracted because I was groaning with appreciation. I was going,
No woman wants to hear that from an
Yeah.
adjoining table.
Don't like that. And
No.
I had no frame of reference. I didn't know if that was allowed, but
I think
the
it's...
Thai woman doing it didn't seem bothered, but my wife thought that it was a bit above and beyond.
I think you'll find most of them wear industrial earplugs.
Oh, do they? Like they're using a gritter
They
or
don't,
something.
they don't want to hear that. No, I wouldn't groan. I'd try and keep it very medical.
Oh,
Because at the end of the day, you're in a room with a young woman, rubbing
Yeah.
your semi-naked body. You've got to keep it medical, otherwise it can lapse into sordid, and I won't let that happen.
right. I think maybe that's what she was
I
worried
don't
about.
talk. I get in and I talk, but once hands on, mouth shut. Because I think you don't get the full appreciation if you're bantering, you know what I mean?
Oh, I wouldn't.
But you've got to
banter.
concentrate on being relaxed and massaged. You can't chatter.
I just make my mind a complete blank.
Yeah.
It's like switching the telly off for me. Obviously, it's still on standby. But, I don't think about anything, really. Just,
Oh,
just-
I'd be lying there. I'd be going, oh, yeah, that wax is hot. Oh, yeah, rub there.
See, I imagine
I'd
you
ruin
would
it for
make
everyone, though.
northern remarks.
How much is this wax? You wasted it.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. To me, that would spoil it.
Yeah, I'd have to have my own cubicle, I suppose.
And I went to... they have like a sort of Edwardian drawing rooms that you can go and sit in and read and stuff with a log fire. Mm-hmm. Lovely. It's quite an old building. And a man was in there, gave a talk on meditation.
Oh, yeah.
Lawrence, his name was. And Lawrence, who was a man who was in his 70s, said that he'd been driving recently in the area and had a near miss. We've all done it. It's that extra cup of tea before you leave the house. But no, he nearly hit another car, and the car had pulled up, and a young man had turned his car round and basically more or less forced Lawrence off the road. Stepped out of his car and in a terrible display of road rage, gone over to the car, sworn, abused him. And as soon as Lawrence saw the guy approaching the car, he started meditating.
Wow.
So it was like his water off a duck's back to him. So, swear, aggressive, get out of that car, I'll knock your head off. And then he said after the guy had gone, it just meant nothing, didn't care about it.
Wow. It's like
Okay.
Borg McEnroe.
But I love that. I'd love that not to...
Shut your brain off.
Yeah.
I went out for a Japanese with David Baddiel the other night. And,
Sounds like an aggressive start to
Yeah.
the story.
Nice turn of phrase.
yeah,
I like it.
meal. And we left the restaurant fully sated. Or was it satayed? And we was walking down the road, and this guy suddenly appeared and looked at the two of us, and he said, "Are you two married?" And I thought, well, what's he getting at? Right? And then he said, "You're like Ant and Dec, aren't you? But like with grey hair." And I thought, there's two of us, we could just smash his face in. There's not many people about. I mean, not kill him, but, batter him.
Get close, yeah.
Yeah. Just smash his face in.
I'd love that.
Yeah. There's some, obviously,
love
there's
it.
part of all of us that would love to, but I
Love it.
I just said, are you drunk? And then he slightly sort of folded and started saying, oh, I've just come down for the day and all that anyway. And afterwards, I thought, it really annoyed me, that. Spoilt my night.
Oh.
And then I thought, remember Lawrence, though?
Yeah.
And I just thought about it, and you know what? It just drained away.
That's good.
Complete. As if I was wearing a very heavy cloak made of, say, house bricks. And then I just untied the bow at the front and it just slipped off my back like that. And I didn't care about the bloke. I can talk about it now, I don't care.
That's good.
Yeah.
I need some of that imagery.
Yeah, I think we should all learn that. There'll be
Various people that I constantly fantacise about beating up.
Yeah,
Why?
well, yeah.
But it's not. It's
How
not
is the
nice. Why? What is this something what men do fantasize about, punching people? Because I really don't like physical violence, and if I see anyone trying to punch someone in the street, it always looks rubbish as well because no one can actually punch anyone. But it's just a horrible thing. I once saw a guy try and stamp on a guy's head on the floor,
Right.
and it made me want to cry. It's just such a horrible, horrendous thing to do.
I'm crying now just hearing
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, me too.
But why that sort of
I
rage?
tried it once with Alicia Dixon, but I couldn't. It was like trying to kill an ant on a thick pile carpet. So, have we heard from the outside world, by the way? I always...
Oh yeah, we've had some emails in,
I love the email. The emails are often more thoughtful, aren't they? Because they're not dashed off.
and there's more
the
characters to play.
I think
with,
it's the
isn't
difference between Test cricket and 2020. You know, it can be very exciting in-show text, but you feel that the emails that they're composed.
there? People have pondered.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, and there's nothing quite so ponderous as Test cricket, is there? That's
Can
what I'm saying.
I say I love Test cricket?
I
and
love
all
Test
its-
cricket
Throwing
as
it
well.
down.
Do
Throwing
you
it
like
down
I
for you.
love it.
Throwing it down
Really
for
love
you.
it.
Don't mind
exciting.
swimming against the tide, me. Throwing it down for
I
you.
can see that from your hair.
Email, hi Frank and Co. There we go.
That's when I was doing this with Lord Coe. Emails been
What a
kicking
great
around.
radio double
To
act.
go
Well, I
back to
thought
doing
the Olymp-
judo with William Hague, didn't he?
Yeah, but the Olympics, I thought, try and get a bit topical.
Hi Frank and Co. I just wanted to say I've very much fallen into the trap of using quite old language fairly regularly. This is something I was talking about reasonably recently, about saying see you on the morrow.
Oh yeah,
As well as crikey and good lord being very much in my day-to-day vocabulary.
Yeah.
Wow, he sounds like he's an easily startled vicar, doesn't he? Crikey and good lord. Upon finding a rather good deal on an Xbox 360 console, I exclaimed, "Egads!"
truth.
That is...
I have to say that was Shakespeare's favourite quiz show.
what was? Egads.
What I like is he's combined their sort of 16th century talk with a computer game.
It's brilliant.
It's a beautiful marriage of
Excellent.
modern and old.
It's
It
like
is.
if you were diagnosed with scrofula going...
Yeah,
or word up, or whatever.
exactly. Perfect.
However, that fails in comparison to accidentally seeing my sister naked.
Oh, whoa. Where did this...
He's not put any inverted commas around accidentally. I can just say
No,
that it
no,
seems
thank
to be
goodness for that.
Split an
innocent.
infinitive as well.
I hope it didn't get that far.
However, that fails in comparison to accidentally seeing my sister naked, where my word of choice before quickly turning away was gadzooks.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
No, what he actually
Gadzooks.
naturally said,
So
gadzooks.
he's claiming. Well, she might have gadzooks.
Is that
We don't
comic
know.
book
Well,
hero speak?
They might be badzooks. We don't. I think her zooks are great.
It could be.
I've never met his sister.
Maybe her sister's named Gad,
Maybe.
and she has fabulous ooks.
Yeah. He's finished his.
Maybe she
email
lost
with
both her hands in an accident. He's northern.
Gadzooks.
She's
Gadzooks.
got these big ooks. Oh, gadzooks. And she's naked.
He's finished with a. I'm 24. That's the sentence.
Just that sort of
Fine.
plaintive, I'm
I'm
24.
I think he's just letting us know that
24.
this isn't. It's not like an old person saying these words.
He
He's-
never said gadzooks when he
No.
accidentally saw
That's
his
what he's
sister
claiming.
He
naked.
said sorry first, presumably.
He's claiming gadzooks.
Okay.
I don't think there's much kudos to get by lying about.
I'm not
such a thing.
suggesting he's lying for a second, but it's,
No,
it's
let's give him the
incredible.
benefit of the doubt.
You know, it's one of those very such embarrassing moments, isn't it? You just think that
That's his go-to word.
That's
wouldn't be
That's his
most
first
people's
port of
go-to
call.
word.
Is Gadzooks.
Yeah.
Maybe he's been watching a lot of the 1960s Batman that's on
Yeah.
I
ITV4.
don't think you'd
which is
find a
full of stuff
Gadzooks
like
in that, would you?
I'm sure
You'd
there's
have
a Gadzooks.
Holy
in that.
Naked
Yeah.
Sister.
Ooh,
There's another
they were
email.
a good band.
There's,
Holy Naked Sister.
Oh yeah,
there's
that girl
another.
with the bangs. You remember her? Oh, okay.
Simon Hoare has emailed in.
No, she was nice. I met her once at a party.
And Simon, originally from Liverpool, now in the Antipodes, says, re the recent horse discussion. I've always horse.
Yeah.
I've always maintained that A, all horses are ugly, and yet B, they all look the same. I put this to my horse-loving wife, who has a horse she describes as handsome. To prove my point, I downloaded 9 random pictures of
How
horses.
many handsome?
13.
Oh, okay.
I downloaded 9 random pictures of horses from that there internet, plus 1 of her own horse, Dusty. I then mixed them up and challenged her
Brilliant.
to select the photo of Dusty.
This is a bit like the British slideshow
It's perfect.
that I experienced on Christmas Day. What a great! I love couples that are
His
doing.
effort.
Yeah, he's gone and he's found some horse photos. He's obviously gone for ones that look a bit like
Yeah.
Dusty. He hasn't gone for a bay mare.
Yeah, he's not put a
An
piebald
Appaloosa.
Or he hasn't gone for a
next to-
grey or a palomino.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
gone. I imagine that. I'm guessing. Does it say
Similar
what
hue.
Dusty is?
No.
It'll be a chestnut.
Dusty presumably is a dark-toned, a midnight-toned horse.
You
You
think?
wouldn't call a grey horse Dusty, would you?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it was in storage for a long time in a second-hand bookshop. That's where they found it.
And, well, you can guess the outcome. She couldn't pick him out at all, despite her spending most of her waking hours with him. There's a slight edge to that.
Yeah, there is.
There's
Yeah.
a slight
He's
edge.
been neglected for the.
Yeah. I think this merits some further discussion. The horse recognition thing, not her spending all her waking hours with him. That's another matter entirely.
I suppose one of the problems is that if waking hours, I imagine, include a lot of riding
Well, you can't
of
spend
Dusty. They need grooming.
You can't spend
Yeah.
your sleeping hours with a horse either.
Well, you can.
A sleep rider.
You'll have to stand up.
Yeah.
Unless there's a manger or something about. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dusty the
Food
horse.
for thought.
it is.
She couldn't pick. I think the horses must have looked similar. It's a lineup with horses. I think you would have similar breeds.
Yeah, he must have gone for.
There wouldn't be a My Little Pony chucked in there.
It's all right having a manger about as long as somebody's pretted it first. That's what I think. What he's done, I mean, as you say, I think there's a basic point. They do look pretty similar, but hey, they are the same species. You know, it's like this thing. Do you remember that cloning offer? Some American company was offering a cloning offer, and you could have your dead dog. Your living dog, you could have some of its DNA taken away, and they'd clone. They claimed that they'd clone a dog, and they said, so if your Alsatian dies, then they can build another one from him, a new Rex.
A kit
is the
dog.
idea. But they said it doesn't mean it would have the same temperament, nor would it look exactly the same. And I thought, hold on, this is people charging $10,000 and basically giving you another Alsatian, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, and I wonder if this brings it to the fact is horses being the same species look slightly similar. I like the idea he added that I might have sneaked in, say, Stacey Solomon picture. see if she picks up on it.
It's not very kind.
Well, she's attractive, but in an equine fashion. Handsome is what I'm calling her. I'm a bit unforgiving of her because I saw her on Celebrity Mastermind over Christmas.
Oh.
And I thought, first of all, everyone who's met... I haven't met Stacey, but everyone who's met Stacey Solomon tells me she's really, really lovely.
Right.
But Celebrity Mastermind, I thought it's a mockery. It's a mockery of the format. And her specialist subject was the in-betweeners.
Oh, really?
And the first question revealed that she couldn't name all 4 of the main characters. Now, I'm sorry, but if you're going to take that as your specialist subject, I think you're cramming, you're swatting up should involve the names.
Maybe
of the
relatively it's her specialist subject. She knows more about the in-betweeners,
Then,
main
yeah.
characters, than she does about other things.
Oh, no, it's being unkind.
I'm just speculating.
Anyway, maybe it was a horse on there. It was a mix-up. That's why it didn't know that.
They do get away with a lot of crimes, though, don't they, horses, that they do and then nobody can identify
Internet
them. It's
fraud.
Yeah.
Helpful
I think
like the rest
but I
of their
think
species.
often they'd work in a nose bag. You
Like
can't.
when robbers wear ski masks.
Exactly. Or the old, they wear a sheepskin noseband and people arrest Hulk
Well, they're
Hogan.
the victims of crimes, horses, as well. They get stolen all the time.
They do get stolen. Let's hope that doesn't happen to Dusty.
So lost and found at the
Slightly
police station.
menacing. Dusty's in New Zealand. You've got stuff to do. You can't be going to the
Dusty's
other
in
side.
New Zealand,
Well,
aren't they?
he's saying he's in
Yeah,
New
originally
Zealand,
from
so-
Liverpool, now in the Antipodes, yeah.
Okay, well, that's fair enough.
Well, that's probably why he had the time to
So he
download
actually
9
sleeps.
random pictures of horses and show them to his wife, because he lives in New Zealand.
Yeah,
There's nothing
true.
else to do
What
there.
do you think he
didn't know they got
exclaimed when he
broadband.
proved her wrong?
No, that's not the
Gadzooks.
same person. Not the same person.
Did he say ha?
So
Maybe.
could it be said that Dusty actually sleeps upside down?
You could...
Goes round the plug hole the other way.
Yeah, I bet he does that. Let's see. Let's see when we go down there. Did I mention that we're going to visit him?
Are we? Yeah. All right, I've got stuff to do. I've cleared my diary.
Oh, what else? I'm just scratching. What else?
Well, I've been really enjoying cucumber recently. I'm not joking now.
Did you not enjoy it before?
I've always liked cucumber, but it just occurred to me about 4 times in maybe the last week. Maybe we had a particularly nice cucumber. You know, sometimes you get a bit of food and you think, oh, this is a really good one. But it occurred to me I've been really enjoying my cucumber recently.
Does it really have any flavour, cucumber?
Well, this one did. It was fantastic.
Isn't it? I've always thought it's really a small plate for cottage cheese.
Oh, is that what you do with it?
Well,
You pop it on?
it tastes one of those.
I've been
A
going
lot of
hummus.
salad items taste just like someone's made something out of tap water.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
lettuce, cucumber.
Yeah.
But maybe you've obviously... Is it homegrown?
No, it's not even a grown one. And the other big mystery is that I can't work out whether or not it's from the fancy schmancy organic cooperative grocers or it was the one from Tesco's that was reduced. Like,
The battery cucumber.
yeah, the battery.
Yeah,
cucumber.
I find GM has often got a nice little taste to it.
Yeah.
I know it's condemned, GM.
And
But
it'd been in the fridge for about a month and a half. It was still delicious.
It's matured.
Yeah, what could go wrong?
are you sure it isn't cheese?
I've been dipping it in hummus. And,
Is it the
and
dip
just
that tastes
eating it.
nice, though?
The dip is nice, but the cucumber itself.
You see, you
was
are
really
using it
good.
again. You're
I think the
using it as a
cucumber's
plate.
like a spoon for dip. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not really.
Well,
Yeah.
all I'm saying is that it's made me feel genuinely happy.
I like cucumber
it's a
in
secret
drinks
happiness.
when I find them in drinks.
Ah,
Really?
Cucumber in Pimm's. I always think
Oh,
it's a lovely
yeah.
addition.
of course I spent most of Christmas with one on each eye.
What?
Oh yes,
Health
at the
Farm.
health.
Oh, did you? Do they
Oh,
still do
yeah.
that?
Do they do
Well,
that?
Yeah.
That
Gets
is one thing I remember about my mum.
A lot of the older
doing.
people I notice getting it done, they're getting used to the idea of coins being placed there.
Isn't it in the mouth, the coin, though, across the river Styx?
Oh,
Oh, is that? No,
Sharon, the ferryman.
I was thinking of a sort of Irish wake where they used to put. But is that right?
Sharon the ferryman across the river Styx. I think you put a gold coin in your mouth.
Sharon.
CH, not SH. Not,
Okay,
not birds of a
Sharon.
feather.
It's the ferryman.
Not birds of a feather. It's Sharon CH. Maybe it's not pronounced that way.
No, I'm happy with it to be pronounced that way. I'm liking it. Do you remember that old Ken Dodd joke? What a day! You know, we used to start jokes. What a day! What a day! What a day for shoving a cucumber through the vicar's letterbox and shouting the Martians have landed.
is that a joke?
Brilliant.
Ken Dodd.
Yeah, Ken Dodd. Genius.
Yeah.
Walking is one of my big happiness things.
Really?
Oh God, I think it's what me and my girlfriend and her sister.
One boy,
We after the last show before Christmas, we met at Waterloo Station. We got the train to Windsor, and then we walked back.
Oh, lovely.
We walked back along the river
Nice.
in 3 days. I think the longest. I think we did 120-mile stretch.
Great.
Pretty good going. And there's something.
It's calming.
walked before, but I've never walked home like that before. Usually I walk off to somewhere and then get the train back. There's something nice about walking home. It's a sort of, I can see what pigeons see in it. Because you know the pigeon things, often they take them away in baskets and they fly back. No, they don't walk. No.
That would be an interesting day. Just
But ending up at home, then you're straight into the shower, and that greatest thing of returning from any trip, your own toilet.
Yeah, nice.
So yeah, that made me very, very happy. I must say. And I began the journey in Windsor with a complete cartwheel. I did one cartwheel at the beginning, and then I.
Really?
Did you
Yeah.
bookend it with another one?
No, I didn't. I always do that with a walk because I don't like being dictated to. And the old Chinese saying about the longest journey starts with a single step. I know, the way things are going economically, we're going to have to get used to being told what to do by the Chinese, but not yet.
You begin a walk with a cartwheel.
Can you
do
walk
That's why
the
I'm saying
whole
it.
way along the river? Or did you have to sort of-
Well, we had to go off the river a couple of times, but not far. We didn't stray far. I like the river. That part of the Thames is very beautiful.
Good, yeah.
Get the swan. The swan will accompany you.
Swans are amazing.
They're my second favourite creatures to human beings.
It's difficult to carry off a long and curved neck.
You do it
Swans
well.
do it.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. You don't like swans?
I'm not sure I like swans.
I like watching them land. I like watching them land
That's
on
what everyone
water.
says about swans, that they can break your arm.
But they don't
Yeah,
always
but-
choose to.
But
why do we
human
know that
beings
about
can
them?
break your arm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ice
exactly.
skating can break your arm and cut your hands off.
Yeah, and I don't like that either.
Yeah.
Why?
What do you
what's
like?
so
Tell me
great
something
about
you like.
swans? What's
You could
so
break
great
someone's
about
arm with a cucumber.
You could slip on a piece of cucumber and break your own arm.
Yeah.
In fact, cucumber's the other way. Cucumber is often used to display things' sharpness, isn't it? When a magician's going to do a trick with a sharp knife, he gets a cucumber out and he attacks the poor cucumber.
You're right.
Whereas, why not put a swan under that knife?
Now you've
You
gone too
can't.
far.
They're
You've gone
the-
way too
The
far.
Queen, they belong to the Queen.
Absolutely, yeah. The Queen's the only one allowed
I
to
think
eat them.
they look. I don't
What's
like
so good
geese
about
though.
them, though?
I don't like
They're
geese. I like swans, but not
scary.
geese.
Swans have got. I'll tell you something that happens to swans. When you walk in and it starts to get a little bit dark, swans seem to get a little bit whiter.
Yes.
I
Now
think
that
there might be an
I have
internal
seen.
bulb. I think they're a bit like those Chinese lanterns. No, they do. They glow in the dark.
They do glow, yeah, they get a sort of
Love
sheen.
that. I love that. There aren't enough creatures that glow in the dark. I was saying that to
Well, they can
bloke-
breed them
bloke
now.
at
to glow in the
Sellafield.
dark.
Pardon?
Didn't they breed mice that glowed in the dark, glue in the dark? What glowed in the dark?
Yeah,
It would be glue,
Yeah.
yeah.
Glue in the
Glue
dark.
in the dark.
But glue in the dark.
The Glue in the Dark, a novel by Beryl Bainbridge. Yes, oh, no, I like all that. That sounds great to me. I'll tell you what I did. I got some blisters on my walk. And when I got to the health farm, I sort of chiropodist. And I said, could you have a look at my blisters? And she said, yeah, I've got a couple of blisters. You've also got 2 verrucas. I have never had a verruca in my life. Can I say, not only can I not swim, but I'm frightened of water, so I never ever go to swimming baths. I've got verrucas. The injustice of someone who doesn't swim getting verrucas.
They were the child health scare of the 80s.
It's like Anne Widdecombe getting an ST. Well, anyway. I don't know how that's happened, the verruca thing.
Did it impair your visit to the health farm? Did you have to wear verruca socks even when you were going in, like, the steam room or whatever?
I had to wear those, those big flared boots?
Yeah.
Like the cat wears in Shrek.
Yes.
I had to wear those, but in white flannel. Yeah. And they rob. They rob like Billio. I'll say that. Do you remember Billio? He was abrasive. So anyway, I've got to get them frozen,
The verrucas.
apparently.
Oh,
It's the-
frozen off. What's it?
well, I presume frozen off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's so they'll keep.
I don't laser them.
Pop them in the back of the fridge.
No, I don't think they lay it. She says you need to get those frozen, but I won't do it now, she said. Because,
You can't do it yourself at home.
What, I'd just sleep with them in the freezer? No, that would be
a couple of
dangerous.
ice cubes. I had a verruca a couple of years ago. Lasted about a year and then just went.
Didn't get it done.
Well, I had a go at doing the, there's like a cream you can get, pop it on.
Oh, you took the
Goes.
cheap route, didn't you?
No, just, Well, I think when I went to the doctors, they went, "Oh, just put the cream on because it's easier than freezing it off, and then we don't have to call you back and all that."
Once
Where
again,
do
you took
you-
some sort of northern approach. I have a vision of an orthopaedic clog.
Absolute Radio. Frank Skinner.